I'm feeling inspired! And today, my inspiration is coming from none other than the classic Spanish dish, pan con tomate. You know it, you love it, you ask me for it all the time. But today, I'm flipping it on its head and I'm making tomatillo toasts with prosciutto and Manchego cheese. I love a classic pan con tomate, but I also love to experiment. And that's why today I'm swapping out those ripe tomatoes for green, tangy tomatillos. So I got 4 1-inch slices of rustic bread here. I'm obviously using a grill pan, but of course you can grill your bread outdoors if you prefer. We need a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna brush the first side of our bread, then we're gonna get that on the grill and we'll brush the other side when it's there. Last bread on. And now let's coat the other side with some of that extra virgin olive oil. One of the tricks with pan con tomate is to use stale bread because the stale bread is gonna absorb more of the tomato. That is gonna hang out on the grill. So a tomatillo is sometimes called a husk tomato, and it resembles an unripe tomato that is encased in this skin. And then between the skin and the fruit is this layer of sap that you wanna remove. And what I like to do is get a big bowl of hot tap water. You want it to be nice and hot, but you don't wanna be so hot that you can't put your hands in there. What we're gonna do is dunk these tomatillos into the hot water and we're gonna peel off that skin and rub off that sap. So here we go. And you can see how that sap already sort of loosens and the husk comes right off. Looks like this could be a Pokemon or something. Pull off the husk, just like that. We've got our tomatillos ready to go. Let's just give our bread a peek. Oh yes, look at that. Give it a flip. These toasts are looking glorious. And let's let it get nice and toasty on the other side. Traditionally, when you would make pan con tomate, a lot of times you would just cut a tomato in half and you would rub that all over the grilled bread. For this, I'm gonna actually cut the tomatillos in half and then we're gonna grate them on the large holes of the box grater. Here's a big one. Woo! Gonna get a lot of pulp from this one. All right, we got a few more to go, so let's get grating. Gosh, it just is like kind of making my mouth water. I don't know if you can smell tangy, but if you could smell tangy, that's what tomatillos smell like. You ready for this reveal? It's not much of a reveal, is it? We're gonna add a few things to give this extra flavor. First up, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And we're also gonna add some heat. So we're gonna add some crushed red pepper and we're gonna go in with a lot more than you think. We are going in with a ½ a teaspoon because I like it hot. And then of course we need to season it with some salt and pepper. Loving this. Let's give it a mix. So look at that. You can see all the speckles. So good. All right, check it out. Nicely toasted on that side. And we are ready to build these toasts. Start by spooning some of this delicious tomatillo mixture onto our toasts. This is why we want that stale bread, because that stale bread is gonna absorb all of this pulp, so you can be generous when you spoon it on. We are ready for that prosciutto. So what I like to do is take a slice, and I actually like to tear it just because it makes it a little bit easier when you eat it. And obviously, if you're making a classic pan con tomate, you would use a Spanish jamon, but this is what I had, so this is what we're using. I like to let them naturally fall over themselves so they get some height. All right, last but certainly not least, beautiful, but we are not done yet because we're gonna add some cheese. And in this case, we are going back to Spain because we're using Manchego cheese. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take my Y peeler and I'm gonna shave a little bit on top. And we're done. We get to eat it now. I'm gonna actually cut one in half. This is what I'm talking about. That tangy tomatillo with the heat from that crushed red pepper is just so good, and it's balanced by that prosciutto and that salty Manchego cheese. I mean, this is such a well-balanced toast. I love this, and I love getting inspiration from classic recipes. What dishes inspire you?